Page 11, Valse Lente from CoppelIa. It's a ballet. You can read all about it. It's a 3/4 time, 3 flats in the key signature. This is interesting. We're in the key of E flat major. Time to do the scale on E flat major. If you don't know the scale, do it 1 octave up and down. Learn the scale. If you already know the scale, then do it 2 octaves up and down. But don't go 2 octaves if you don't know the scale. Learn it first. And while you're at it, go ahead and do the scale for C minor also, because that's the minor scale that has 3 flats in it. I explain it all in the videos. Go watch the videos. It's the scale videos. Let's take it one hand at a time. We got triplets in here, and with these flats, if you don't know the scale, you're going to struggle. Which notes are flatted? I got 3 of them to deal with. So if you know the scale, you don't have to deal with it, because you're just going to play the notes in the E flat major, whatever it is, and that's fine. So at the beginning, we're in this position actually here, because the B flat and E flat, and actually it's B flat, E flat. Those are the 3 flats, but okay, so it's 3 and, because we're coming in on beat 3, we have pickup beat, so it's 3 and 1, 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and now about 5th finger here. And for the triplet, they want 3rd finger on the A flat, 1 and down, cross over, and then lift up back to what you were doing. Make sure it's 4th finger on that E flat, not 5th. Because you need the 5th for the F. And then you scrunch up. Same thing as you were. Now here you're just going to go 2. Just stay there. And then go on. Now this is tricky here, going from the 2nd line to the 3rd line. You're here, you got to go up to this A flat. Well, unless you got large hands, that doesn't work. And it's hard to go from here to a thumb. It's doable. You can try it if you want. Start with 2nd and then cross the thumb under for the black key. We do it sometimes, but this is fine if you just go to here and then lift up and move. It's okay. Here and then going on, 3rd line, G flat. Then come down, and again, this not quite so far here. And then G flat again, and then last line crossover, and here you can get away with thumb here and being up in here because they're all black keys. That's all, and that's fine. Left hand has broken chords. You see the 1 chord at the beginning. So it's here, and I recommend, they say 4, you're actually in this position, and that would be 3, so 3 is fine. Then here, you don't have to stay stretched out all the time, you can relax until you need the B flat. Second line, 3rd major, I recommend a 3 here. And I was doing 4 here, and then I did 3 here, it's there. The 3 again. Now on the 3rd line down 2nd major, it's a C flat, which is a B. Now, 3rd line down, last 2 measures. You can be here if you want, and if you want, you can use 5th finger for that one. You don't have to use 4, because that's a stretch. But use 1 and 2 for the half note. And I used, for the last 2 measures at the bottom, I used 3. Because I'm here, just 3rd finger again. I don't know why I need 4 on that, just 3rd finger. Because it's basically in this position. Ooh, what a mess. Put the hands together. Make sure you hold the half notes down. the idea. Rhythm-wise, it's not that bad once you get the triplets working okay. Because you've got eighth notes, 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 type thing, counting again. And once you can get that, get rid of the hesitation so the beat as slow as you need to go, but the beat needs to be a steady beat. Then we can add in these slurs. Lift, lift up, and then you got staccatos. Just nice light wrist staccato. Lift up, lift up, lift up. So put in the slurs. In the left hand, they've got slurs here. But again, seems like you can just play it all connected. They're going to overlap. So forth. So put in the slurs. And then when you have that, you can add the dynamics. Dynamics go to the melody. That's the right hand. Whatever you think moderately soft is, it's a nice graceful piece. Left hand needs to be kept in the background. Then when you get to the second line, you come up a little bit to moderately loud. Third line, you go up to loud. You got a crescendo at the end of the second. Now you're loud. The left hand can come up a little bit, but it's got to be way under the right hand. And then come back down toward the end of the line, moderately loud. And then you go down to moderately soft. And the left hand is very soft. All the time I'm doing this in the left hand, those last two measures, I want to hear that right note, that right hand. And if this is moderately soft, the left hand's got to be way under it. And so forth. Then when you have a handle on that, we can add the tempo. The speed, moderately, it's a nice waltz. And then we can add pedal. Well, it's played by an orchestra. This is an arrangement. It's nice to have the overtones, but we don't want to be smearing it up too bad, and we certainly don't want to mess up the staccatos. We want to hear those. So I don't know why they keep pedaling this across the bar lines like they do. Because if you wanted to slur it, the pedaling they're showing covers that up. It would connect everything. You just do that, because that's what the pedal's going to do. So if I pedal it the way they're showing, this is what happens. To me, it just takes all the phrasing and everything out of it. So we can try what's a waltz style pedaling. There's a couple. One is you just pedal the first beat of the measure because it reinforces the natural accent. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. If I do that, it's this. Another waltz style pedaling is you pedal the first two beats of the measure. So in that case, it's this. Sort of, except on those measures where I don't pedal those measures at all. And at the end, the last two measures, I keep the pedal down through both of them. Now it doesn't hurt to change the pedal on the last measure because you're dying away here, and by changing the pedal, you're losing a lot of overtones, which helps us to die away. See, See, that helps it to dial bass. You have to experiment and decide what you like ultimately on the pedal. I'd like to play it with you very slowly to check the notes and the rhythms. Not going to do any dynamics. I'm going to pedal it. I think I'm going to pedal it every 2 beats. The first 2 beats of each measure. Except for those measures where the triplets are on it, we don't want to mess that up. And the last 2 measures, I'll go ahead and pedal it like it shows in the book. That works out fine. So I'm going to give us 2 counts because we come in on beat 3. I'm going to ready and go and then we go and. So let's try it together slowly. 1 hand at a time if you have to at first, that's fine. Ready and go and.